Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Mahogany, and I'm honestly just a wife and a mom trying to make everything work. So in today's video, y'all, we are going to be prepping 3 things. One of them is very tedious, so I thought, why not make a video? Well, it's not necessarily tedious, but it does require quite a few ingredients. So I thought, why not go ahead and make a video on it and show you all how it turns out. The 3 things that we're prepping today is a banana bread, some pancakes for RJ. I'm going to actually make those and freeze them, and then some strawberries that I need to go ahead and cut up because they're looking like they are almost done. So I'm going to go ahead and prep those things, and I'm going to take you all along with me. So let's go, y'all. Alright, y'all, so for the banana bread, you'll need a loaf pan, some non-stick cooking spray. You'll also need some all-purpose flour, followed by the juice of a lemon. You'll also need some buttermilk. It should be room temperature. You'll also need some granulated sugar, as well as some brown sugar. I use light brown because that's what I have. You'll also need a stick of butter, 2 eggs that should be room temperature, some vanilla extract, as well as some salt. You'll also need some cinnamon. Y'all, I use store brand. You'll need some baking soda, as well as some baking powder. Now, here are 2 bananas that I used. I stuck those in the oven, so that's why they look that way. So if your bananas aren't ripe, that's just a little hack that you can use. So now I'm just spraying down my loaf pan very well to ensure that the bread does not stick. And inside of my bowl, I'm going to go ahead and put those 2 bananas. Once those 2 bananas are inside of the bowl, I'm going to go ahead and squeeze the juice of my lemon. Y'all, I did not measure this simply because I'm more of an eyeball it type of girl. So once I'm done mashing those bananas a little bit, I'm going to add in my lemon. While that is sitting aside, I did preheat my oven to 325 degrees. But inside of my flour, I'm going to add some baking powder, baking soda, and y'all, the measurements for everything will be in the description box, as well as the link where I got this recipe from. To that, I'm going to add some cinnamon. And like I said before, y'all, I kind of eyeball everything. So if it doesn't look right, I'll just add a little bit more. Or if I feel like it needs a little bit more, I should say, I'll add a little bit more. After that, I'm adding in half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just whisking everything together, making sure that all of the ingredients that I just put in are evenly distributed So I do take a little bit of time and put in a little bit of extra TLC into this part. But my question for you all, how do you feel about this look being like an overview of everything? Not necessarily showing my face. I really like it, but let me know what y'all think. Once I'm done with that, I just set it to the side and I'm bringing in my large bowl. And into this large bowl, I'm going to add this stick of butter. And y'all, I know it seems like a lot, but it's perfectly fine. Into that stick of butter, I'm going to add my brown sugar and my white sugar. And all I'm doing is mixing it together with my hand mixer. So I know it looks crumbly here, but that's perfectly fine. That's the way it should look. At least that's how it should look based on the recipe. And I'm going to take a soft spatula and just scrape the edges of the bowl to make sure all of the sugars is combined with the butter. So once everything is combined, I'm going to add to that my 2 room temperature eggs, and I'm cracking them as softly as I can to ensure that no shells get into my mixture, because y'all know once you get a shell in there, it's like a struggle getting it out. But to that, I'm going to go ahead and mix until it is all well combined. There's just something so satisfying about scraping the edges of a bowl to me while I am mixing. I don't know what it is, y'all. But am I the only one? Is that weird? It's therapeutic for me. It just looks good. It looks clean. It looks presentable, even though I know that's not the case with this. But it just looks good. But anyway, now that all of that is mixed together, I'm going to add my bananas to this mixture. And yes, y'all, I know the bananas look a little crazy, but it's okay. I promise it all tastes so good in the end. Once my bananas are added in, I'm just kind of folding them in, trying to be careful not to over mix this batter. So I'm taking my time and folding it all in. Now that I have it folded to my liking, I'm adding the buttermilk in and the vanilla. And y'all, like I said before, when it comes to certain things, I really don't measure. And there was only a little bit of vanilla left in the bottle, so I just went ahead and dumped the whole thing in. But if you really want to follow this recipe to a T, you can do that. It's okay. But like I said, it tastes fine. I really enjoyed it. Now this is where everything starts to come together, because I know it can look a little worrisome in the beginning, but it's coming together, I promise. Now to that batter, I'm adding in the flour mixture that we made earlier, and I'm just taking my time like before and folding it in. It is very, very critical that you do not over mix this batter, because overmixing results in a tough cake or a tough muffin. Anything that requires baking will become absolutely tough if you overmix it. So all I'm doing is adding it in little by little so that I am not adding too much force with mixing it. Once I no longer saw any flour or any more of that mixture, I went ahead and completely stopped mixing. Now all I'm doing is taking that batter and I'm pouring it into the greased loaf pan that we set aside earlier. And y'all, I told y'all it would come together. Look at that batter. It looks so good and it smells even better. Once it's all put inside of the pan, I just take my time and kind of smooth across the top. I did stick it in the oven for an hour and 5 minutes, but I actually should have taken it out a little bit before then. I wish I would have, but it still turned out good. And there you have it, y'all. Here is the banana bread. Y'all, when I tell you it's so moist and so tender, I love it. But now all I'm doing here is making those mini pancakes. I didn't even bother to show y'all the ingredients or the process because it's literally box cake mix poured into a pan, flipped, and then put inside of a Ziploc bag to go inside of the freezer for RJ to have for breakfast. Y'all, he loves pancakes. When I say loves pancakes, loves them. So this is so convenient for me to go ahead and have it done, stick it in the freezer, and when I warm them up in the morning, they taste just like they were made the day of. Moving on to our strawberries. Y'all, cleaning these strawberries, I noticed that there was barely any good ones. So, I know it's going out of season, but this is all we have from it. Look at all those strawberries on the side. I could have screamed. I really could have screamed. That was it. Well, that's it, y'all. It looks like I won't be buying any more strawberries until next time. I couldn't end this video without telling you why I prep. With 2 kids, it saves me time and it saves me money. I absolutely love doing it and it works. So if it's not broke, why fix it? I'm going to link the recipe down below for the banana bread. I cannot wait to dig into it, y'all. That was it for today's video. I told y'all there was not much to it at all, and I was not lying when I said that. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Comment down below. Let me know, are you going to try this banana bread? Y'all, it smells good. And subscribe if you have not already. I look forward to making more of these videos, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.